inappropriate messages. Ciao. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
So we are now on YouTube. Yes, that is awesomeness. Okay, so this is our first time on YouTube. So we're still figuring things out for anybody who comes on here. We don't even know if we're going to have anybody on YouTube. We're about to get on to a few other sites right now. So we're getting on to Facebook. I'm Raven Akundayo.
I'm Brandon Harris-Williams.
And our guest tonight is my roommate / my best friend, Mr. Caiya Jiggetts, y'all.
What's up?
So y'all give us a moment. We're still getting on to everything else. Folks are probably waiting for us. We've been running behind because we're doing a whole lot of stuff. Trying to add as many people as possible to the live. Everybody else is going to have to find it. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Right. But it's like this is the reason why it's always important to have something on both, because they can't see Brandon on that one.
Do you want to do it sideways? You guys want to see it? Oh, look at that. Are you going to find it? Yep.
Okay. And so you can't turn your phone while recording.
Oh, this is stupid.
Hey, Chris. Okay, I need the other phone.
Okay. You need the charger too?
Wait a minute. Okay, so now we're about to go live on Instagram, guys. It's a whole process.
Oh, wow. Somebody got rainbow hair. That was amazing.
Yeah, wasn't it nice? Mm-hmm. So, hey, for those of you who are on... Oh, there's actually 4 people over on Facebook. Hey, Facebook. So we already said hi to everybody on YouTube. So I'm Sensei Raven Akundayo. That's Caiya. That's Brandon. Hey, I'm here, Raven, Kai, Brandon. The party must start. So, Chris, it looks like you're not the only one in there by yourself tonight. Who else is in there with you? We're about to go live. Nope, don't know what that is. We're about to go live on Instagram now.
Wow.
Right? Okay, so we're live on Instagram now. So one of these days we're gonna be able to figure out where you can see all of us on everything.
Right, we're gonna get there.
So okay, if you're on YouTube, you can see all of us. If you're on Facebook, you can see me and Kai. If you're on Instagram, you can see Kai and Brandon. So if you're on YouTube, you can see everything. So if any of you guys are on Instagram and Facebook and you want to see all 3 of us at the same time, head over to YouTube. And my channel is my name, Raven Akundayo. Raven Akundayo. That's EKUNDAYO. Otherwise, you're just going to be missing one of us, but you can still hear us talk.
Right,
so,
we're still here. Yes.
Nicole said, can you squish together? That's going to be a little difficult.
Yeah, we can kumbaya.
Right.
That works. We slide on this a little bit.
Okay. You're like, yeah, so on today's topic, what did Chris say? Well, let me go to YouTube. They playing with my life. Bye. Chris is the one who be jumping from everything.
Listen, and comments on all of them. So we
love Chris. So first of all, hey Nicole, hey Chantrice. Chris always representing. It says 5 of y'all are in there. So if anyone's...
I see Joseph's over here. Hey, Joseph.
Hey, Joseph over there. But yeah, Chris, go over to YouTube because we don't have anybody on YouTube with us right now. So that would be awesome if we had one person on YouTube.
So you can see everybody that way.
Right.
Raven's page on YouTube.
Yeah, so this is our very first time on YouTube. So that's awesome. And as you guys know, I always give it what is it, like 5 or 10 minutes?
5.
Okay. Yeah. So we're going to give it about 5 minutes. What time is it now?
7:04.
7:04. So, okay, in 1 more minute, we're going to start talking about the topic for tonight. So, okay, what happened? Hey, Kevin. Kevin's up in here.
Hi.
Okay. So, again, for those of you who are on Facebook, Brandon's right there. For those of you on Instagram, all right, point to me, Brandon. Raven's over here. And for those of you who are on YouTube, you can see all of us.
Right.
Lucky Caiya is on all three. I feel a little jealous, right?
Right.
Oh wow.
This is what we do with our guests.
I'm getting in my camera time. This is cute.
Our guest always gets to be in the middle, you know. What did Nicole say? Can you comment live on YouTube because I need to see Brandon's beard? Yeah, you can comment live on YouTube. Yeah. Yes, Nicole. Brandon's beard is waiting for you, by the way.
Yes,
Hey, Stephanie just came on Facebook. See, that's what I need to do. I tagged people this time. So that's what I need to do from now on, because some people are like, the Revolution page, what? So if I tag people, they'll come. Everybody over on Instagram, hey, don't know who's in there as well. They need to start giving an option to tag people on Instagram too. So we're going to get to talking. So by a show of hands, who listened to this episode of the podcast this week? I got my tag. I'm MVP. Sorry, y'all.
We thought you were going to YouTube.
Right. We thought you were going to be on YouTube, Chris. What's going on? Okay. So I think Nicole raised her hand.
Right.
So here's the problem, Nicole. Nicole, we're on Facebook from one of my old ass iPhones, so it doesn't get any of the new emojis.
Those are your phones?
Yeah, both of these are my phones.
Lord have mercy.
So that's a newer phone. That's an older phone.
I didn't know what was going on. I was just like, okay.
Yes, Chris said I'm coming. One moment. Yeah. So once again, for those of you, is Joseph holding it down by himself on Instagram?
He might be. Yeah.
Yes, Joseph is becoming the new Chris. Joseph.
It says he's waving, right?
Yeah. Yo, that's Joseph. Listen, okay. I love that y'all are interacting like that. I asked who actually watched, and y'all actually raised your hand. That's what's up. Okay, so we talked about healing through laughter on this last one. So we want to focus a little bit on that tonight. As you guys know, whenever you listen to the third episode of the month, you know that's always going to be what we talk about on the live show as well. So that's what we're going to get into. We're going to talk about healing through laughter. Now, for those of you who listen to the podcast, you know that we touched on several things. We touched on in the Black community how we often find hilarious moments in seemingly very dark matter. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to talk a little bit about that. We also wanted to go back and talk about the conversation we were having concerning comedians. And then also, as far as in our own personal lives, situations where we may have found laughter healing for us, you know, because we don't just want to talk about what happens in pop culture and things of that nature. But
we did discuss Precious.
We also want to talk about our personal lives and how laughter is shown up. So we don't want to make it seem like it's just a conversation about how laughter can be problematic or be harmful and things. Yeah. We want to also talk about how laughter has healed us in a lot of ways as well. Yes. You know. So yes, everybody coming up in here. What's good, people? One more time for those of you who are just entering, we are on Facebook. Hey, everybody on Facebook. We are on Instagram. Hey, everybody on Instagram. And we are on YouTube for the very first time. So if you're interested in joining us on Facebook or on YouTube, you can actually see all three of us on YouTube. And that is on my page, Raven Ekundayo. That's Ekundayo. All right, so let's get into it. So as far as movies, we talked about on the podcast movies that people have ended up finding funny that were seemingly a little dark. Mm-hmm. One that we didn't talk on, but I think you may have mentioned it to me when we were conversing offline, was Color Purple. Or somebody mentioned that to me.
I didn't mention that.
Yeah, someone mentioned Color Purple to me. It may have been Kevin. But I thought about it. You said you did?
No.
Oh. I was like, somebody mentioned Color Purple to me. And I was like, yeah, we did mention that one, but that's very true. Color Purple
popular one.
Yeah.
But that's normally turned into, comedy.
Right.
Especially at past jobs. Yeah, my coworkers would come to work citing that. Oh, Miss Sophia, don't do it. You're like, okay, all right, y'all. I thought we did that last week. Can we pick another one?
Yeah, Nicole, like it's a really good movie. But the question becomes, why is it in situations that are very dramatic, we end up finding humor in it, you know? Like when you look at a movie like Precious, and what it is that not only she endured, but what her mother endured. Mm-hmm. And what her mother endured was real. You know, all month long we've been talking about mental health awareness.
Absolutely.
And that last scene with Mariah and Monique
Mm-hmm.
is very, very traumatic. It's very triggering. Like she's going through a whole lot, and you're learning a lot about the pain that Monique went through. But yet, it's something that in the Black community we make fun of today.
Yes,
exactly. You know, so it's like that. That's interesting to understand why.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Her oppressive way of thinking, it really hit a home base with me because I've actually experienced people that live like that in Baltimore. You know, we're from Baltimore, so well, not this young gentleman, but this one and I are. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right. He said, "Don't. They are from the wire.
Don't incorporate me.
They are.
I'm just saying, making it clear.
But I'm just saying." Yes, I've worked in healthcare where I've had to speak to people of multiple generations. You know, from their early 20s all the way up to like their mid 90s. One of my patients, you know, she was in her mid 90s, lived in the projects all her life, all of her life, and still had that way of thinking, you know, under her umbrella. Just, you know, living life for years like that can be very problematic. Mm-hmm. And, you know, laughing about it can be, you know, I mean, laughing with these people when they're going through certain things, that's, you know, it's understandable. But at the same time, you know, when you're in it and then you're like laughing at it, you know, that could be like a whole nother conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
the question becomes, I know that you are someone who has admitted that you've been able to find humor in them in the past.
I have. That's why I mentioned Precious. The movie Precious.
So we talked about on the podcast how we believe a lot of that comes from us. Maybe we've had experiences like that, and it could be a little triggering for us. Yeah. So our way of being able to kind of move past the pain is by laughing.
That's how I cope. That's how I cope.
Okay.
That's how I cope. You know, anybody that knows me knows that I'm a big kid. I love to laugh. You know, although it may be distasteful in some people's eyes to see someone laugh at something, you know, of that magnitude, it does something to me for me to be able to release that. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I sounded like an asshole by saying that, but
no, that's not asshole.
You know, it makes me grab it and like, oh, you know what, that's familiar. You know, let's talk about some chicken wings and some hot fries down at the corner store, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like like it's funny, but it's like at the same time, you know, you present that to, you know, other people in the world. They're like, oh my God, you know, they would clutch their pearls. I'm like,
so is it a situation where you do your best to find humor in it? Because if you allow it to be as dark as the scene is asking for it to be for you, or you go someplace that you don't want to go.
I'll be like Nova on Queen Sugar. Everything got to be a fix this cause in the neighborhood. Child, we got to do this. We got to do this. Like, sweeties, calm down. You know, we can fix the world one day at a time, but not to the magnitude that you're trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just be doing too much to like.
Oh, we got 2 people on YouTube. Come on.
Exactly. I was trying to.
On YouTube.
Because I see Chris went over there, and I was trying to see how I could see the comments.
Hey, George. George said the lighting is everything. Thank you, George. We appreciate that. We definitely have made the lighting a lot better. The lighting's popping on Instagram. I'm selling the hell out of Instagram.
Wait, that was Instagram.
No, oh, no, I said, well, actually, the lighting is good on Instagram, too. But I meant YouTube. Oh, I meant to say the lighting is really good on YouTube. That lighting is hitting the hell out of Brandon's face on YouTube.
Oh, well, shit.
Okay. Nicole said quite a bit. They said we got to tap C more to see everything Nicole said. It said laughing to keep from crying, and laughter releases endorphins. So there may be something with that as well. Absolutely. My apologies for putting my hand in front of your face. And I feel like that's kind of what Caiya was getting at as well without actually saying it. Mm-hmm. So that was on point, Nicole. Absolutely.
She broke that down to the endocrine system. Like,
listen, she works in wellness too. Yeah.
It sounds like she works in the medical field. Like, let's keep hearing it. Like, she's educating me, goddamn.
We love that kind of interaction. So thank you so much, Nicole.
Indeed.
I saw Daryl was up in here. Daryl be dropping knowledge too. We definitely appreciate it. Brandon is glowing. I mean, Chris. So Chris is over on YouTube. There are 3 of y'all on YouTube now. So who's you're on there?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so who's over there with Brandon and Chris over on YouTube?
Reveal yourself.
Yeah, reveal yourself. Who's that? I think
Stephanie.
they just showed. Hey, yeah, come on, Steph. That's what I'm talking about. Nicole said she's a nurse.
She better.
That's where
She better.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. Just like, yep, yes.
Hey, my beautiful Taurus. My beautiful Taurus.
Oh,
Jesus.
okay.
I was going to say, hey, my beautiful Taurus, but I got choked up.
Hailing to gay.
Because it's a Taurus. Listen, I love you, sweetie, but as soon as you came up in here, you see I started choking. Staying sober this evening. Who's she talking to? Because that wasn't me who was going through too much last month.
Oh.
Who was our guest last month? No.
Y'all didn't take a shot before.
Or maybe it was you she's talking about. Because
I wasn't drinking last month.
Oh, okay. You weren't here though.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Y'all just excluded me out of here. I'm still sitting here,
You weren't the guest last month though. I can't. Okay, wait a minute, Facebook people. Okay, so
Chris said, choking, are we?
Okay, shut your face, Chris. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Lord. Okay, so y'all keep talking. Brandon and Caiya, y'all keep talking. I got to fix some stuff.
Okay.
Technical difficulties.
Right. Okay, what was the last thing else? I got distracted now.
Y'all, the last thing was Nicole dropping her knowledge.
Yes.
Okay.
I definitely do think laughing at people crying is very real. It happens, for a lot of people. I just wonder, we kind of discussed too, though, is it a distraction or is it really therapeutic? Like how much, of course, there has to be a fine line that you have to work between just laughing at yourself or the situation that you might be going through or other people are going through, or how much of that is laughing as a means to cope, or laughing as a way to be able to still like hold your head up kind of a thing and make it through.
Yeah.
So it sounds like what you're trying to ask is like, is it laughing with you or laughing at you kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or is it even at yourself? Because if it's something you're going through also.
Right.
You know what? That's actually a good thing to touch on. It actually would be, I guess, laughing at yourself. Whether you're talking about whether you want to laugh with the scenario at hand or laughing at it. Yeah. Either way you look at it, you're in that box. You know what I mean? Well, if you fit that mold, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to say that's every black person's way of or any culture, any one person from any one culture way of doing that. You can be bougie as hell, or I don't know. What's another word that people use to?
Hey, Mike's watching us on Facebook now too.
What, like stuck up or?
Yeah, people use certain words to label certain other people when they don't, especially when they don't understand. It's a perceptive thing. A perception thing. Somebody sees somebody dressed a certain way, like, oh, look at her, she looks so bougie. Look at her. But in her mind, she could be just as chill and relaxed. But that's all she knows. So who's to say that she is? Who to say she isn't? It's like I said, it's all about perception. So.
Oh yeah, Chris, I am definitely aware of that. Don Ye just stepped up in the building. What's good, Don Ye? Mr. repping up in the Schaumburg last night, doing your thing. Oh, I'm so proud of that, brother. I'm sorry I got so far off topic.
No, it's fine.
I'm so proud of him. I can't even put it into words.
Like the little thing.
Listen, about trying.
As soon as you got up.
Right. I need to get it together, so I'm messing up real quick.
The phone got speed.
Right. It was like, oh, what are you trying to do? You're right.
Yes. That comes getting ass whippings as young black kids. I see. Yes.
Hey, Robin. What's good, beautiful? Okay, so first of all, yes, Chris, I'm very aware about you not liking to shut your face. Very aware. Nicole said, it may be something like fight or flight as a coping thing, because there are some people that laugh. Lord, she say so much. There are some people that laugh at the worst times, but if that releases some sort of endorphins, then that will give you sort of strength the body needs to push through fear, awkward moments, etc.
I like that.
Amen.
Damn,
that's very true.
Who said that?
Nicole. The same person speaking to your spirit right now.
Hell. Sweetheart, I need you to write me a novel, and And we need to like.
So this is what I'm learning tonight. You need somebody who talks like you. Because she has quite literally said to you everything I say to you all the time. But I don't talk like that. So you need somebody who talks like you.
You see, I got this little nice she's doing an amazing job. I'm healing right now through this laughter. Like, I feel really nice right now. So, yeah.
I'm going to take that as a yes.
Yes. Now, speaking of flighty, I got flighty. I apologize. Yes. And you said this is Libra, right?
Yeah.
Libra? Okay.
Libra, yes. That's Libra. George knows. George's the same way. Yes, Nicole said because we're the same person. Listen, the vibe is real with us.
Stephanie said, I laugh to hold in anger. If I feel like I'm going to lose my temper, I will laugh to level it off. I know a lot of people who do that, actually.
Yeah.
A lot of people who, or their laughter is like, okay, shit, I need to move. Like, laughter is like a sign that bigger, you say it's coming or more explosive.
Absolutely. For everybody over on Instagram, I don't know if you want to go to my Instagram page. I switched from healing, to the healing space.
No, I saw that you did, but I was able to see the comments. That's why I went to YouTube.
Everybody over on my Instagram page, hey. For those of you who are on there, we're having a conversation based off of this week's episode, which is healing through laughter. So right now we're talking about the movies that we see, the way that we connect to them. Even though it may be dramatic cinema, the fact that we end up finding ourselves laughing at it anyway. Exactly. And how healing or problematic that might be. So let us shift a little bit.
Okay.
So I want to get to now rather than later instances in our own lives. Because I want to talk about that because that's something we didn't talk about on the actual podcast. So that's something fresh and new for all of you who are watching and a way for you to interact with us as well. Did Stephanie say something else? But laughter is also did you read that already?
No, but laughter is also a distraction. For example, laughing with you all on the podcast helps me to heal.
Yep. Oh,
we
love you, Steph.
There you go.
Chantrix, my cousin. Yeah. Laughter is healing. It really, really is, in a lot of different situations. Mm-hmm. But, coming from the life coach point of view, the one thing that I will say, and this isn't to be a damper, this is, just to bring a little bit of reality back to it. It is very important for us to be able to laugh. Mm-hmm. I laugh all day. I smile all day. However, we have to make sure that we're not constantly putting Band-Aids on the real issues.
Exactly.
So if we have problems that we're dealing with, we can't keep laughing them away. Mm-hmm. It's one thing to laugh to be able to stop yourself from fighting or to keep away from anger. But after a while, you have to face the demon, Yeah. So it's like you can't allow the demon to just exist in the two of y'all lease a place together. You have to get to a point where you say to yourself, okay, I own this shit, not you.
Oh.
Thank you. You've been here for a while, but it's time for you to go.
Wait, so do you say that in your sleep too? Because you said all day you smile and you laugh.
Yeah.
You do that in your sleep?
Smile and laugh? I mean, people say that I sleep very peacefully, so I'm guessing. I don't move when I'm sleeping. I'm silent. I don't even snore. So
I need whatever he taking before he goes to sleep.
Yeah, Nicole said yes, that part.
Hello?
Once again, everybody on Instagram, hey. It looked like people coming and going over on Instagram.
Where's Raven?
I see a bunch of stuff.
Hey, people on Instagram, I'm here. I would assume this one ass are cute enough that y'all wouldn't mind that you don't see me too.
I guess not.
Right? I'm like, people keep coming and going on Instagram. I'm like, they're enough. You can see them.
You're cute too.
No, that's just it. Of course I am. That's why he's saying that they're leaving.
Oh. I was like, bitch, we all cute over here. What's that? How y'all doing? See, there you go, man.
I can't. Hey, Darby. So, wait, they're talking on, hey, Kevin over on YouTube. I done switched to YouTube for the better frame, yes. And Chris said, I'm here because I can see everyone.
I love it.
Laugh, but stay. Listen, y'all keep making me come over here from the click see more because y'all saying so much. Laugh, but stay accountable and aware of situations to handle them accordingly. Never easy, but it has helped me greatly. Absolutely. And that is absolutely my advice to those of us who have dealt with, hey, people over there on Instagram, make sure you say hi back to us. Join in the conversation. Okay, so I'm going to leave for a minute. Y'all keep talking to them. I'm going to talk to the people on Instagram real quick.
Okay. I'm like, what's like?
So people on Instagram, we're having a great conversation. Dealing with laughter.
Okay, so laughter is accountable in the web situation.
So make sure that you join in with us. Let us know.
Yeah, I definitely think again though, like laughing at yourself can be good, but if you feel like you're stay accountable, so you have to look at the situation for what it is, and also what you're supposed to gain from that situation. But also, so some stuff you can laugh off because it's not maybe that serious, not that deep. But other stuff, like we're saying, like laughing at traumatic stuff, sometimes it's like you need to really explore that. So like you're saying, like you're held accountable.
So I'm only saying all of this
maybe
because you can't
something you've done or whatever has been done to you.
YouTube, you can see me. In my YouTube channel,
something that happened, I guess, like unintentionally. You know what I mean? Like say for instance, I've fallen before on ice. I bust my ass.
Exactly.
And then, you know, I got up laughing like, oh my goodness. Matter of fact, no, I was laughing before I got up. So that shit hurt. But at the same time, you know, I was able to look at the situation like, oh, okay, you know what? If I pick myself up and keep on walking again, I'll be fine, you know?
Exactly.
And I guess that could be literal and figurative, you know? So.
She said, Brandon, we got to see you.
Listen. Like sensory overload.
Listen, Shakira, you talking about they get to, if you go to YouTube, you can see all of us. This is me selling the heck out of YouTube.
Right? What y'all want to?
If you go to YouTube,
like,
what? Everybody squeeze over here.
I don't think we can. But
I would be.
Right.
I don't want anybody leaving the podcast. Bitch. Destiny Child -1 and shit. You know, like,
well, they hit you with 3, so we can still be Destiny
Listen,
Child.
okay. We can make a new album that I actually like. Oh, okay. So.
We can't do that.
So, if you guys can share with us some experiences that you have all had. Okay, Shakira, she said...
You said Mary Destiny's fulfilled.
I can't. Okay, so my Taurus said, my brakes went out in the rain while I was driving Monday night. Sprained my ankle the next day after walking down the hill. It was too much to be mad, so I laughed. Hey,
you know what? I like that one. That was, yeah. That was real life for your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
But it's a situation, with a situation like that I get. You know, that's one of those situations where it's like, okay, well, why would I be angry about this situation? I could be angry and allow that to consume me.
Exactly.
You know? That was completely out of your control when it came to the brakes. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, you take ownership of that and you beat yourself down too much and you end up putting yourself into places you don't need to be. If you say to yourself, this is a situation that happened in the universe, I still have my life. I still have my health. You know, you sprained your ankle, but that's the worst of what it is that happened. You can get another car. That's a material possession. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, I'm going to laugh this off. Something that happened. Thankful that I'm still here. And then you keep it pushing, you know?
Didn't I just say that about falling and busting your ass on the ice?
Yeah.
When I did that, I thought my back was going to come running out of itself. But I was just like, no, you know what? Let me just lay here for a second. All right, cool. I got it. After I finished laughing, I was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I dusted off my back. All right, cool. You know?
I absolutely.
And then I looked around. I'm sorry. Looked around to see if anybody else was laughing. So, you know. Because when I see other people laughing, you know, you're in that mode. You want to laugh too. So
exactly, and I just think too, the laughter can be infectious. Absolutely,
yes,
and
that's the perfect word.
Okay, so Chris said that Kai is acting like Beyonce and we're everyone else.
That's fine.
Listen,
no,
so fine.
Don't do that.
So fine. I'm so okay with it. I'm so okay with that.
I already know which one's.
Listen! Yes!
We are healing right now. Laughter.
Okay. So, Robin, first of all, I absolutely do know we have an entire book we can write about that one day. Harley said, my friend is having a hard time coming out as gay. How can I cheer up? More people are entering. My bad, Harley. 1 second. More people are entering. Hey to everybody who's entering. Welcome to the healing space.
Hey.
Harley said, my friend is having a hard time coming out as gay. How can I cheer him up and let him know that it's okay? That rhymed, by the way. It's all according to people's circumstances. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
There's no one surefire way across the board to let a person know that it's okay for them to come out, because everyone's story is different.
Exactly.
You know, we can be there for people. We can stand in the gap with them, but it's no situation where you can say, I have the quick fix for this.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
There's no one, because all of our stories are different. For all three of us, we can give you totally different stories for us when it came to coming out. So my best advice for you is to just be there. What were you going to say, Kyle?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was going to let you talk, and then I was going to finish, but I did have an idea. You know how I am. You know, he mentioned the word fix, and that just rung a bell in my head. You know, I was watching a movie the other day. What's it called? Jenny's Wedding. It's on Netflix. And she had to experience coming out to her family. She was in her early 30s, you know, before she decided to just pop out, and it made it a very problematic situation because, you know, although it was like a transition for her family to have to deal with that, you know, they also looked at her as like, oh, you were lying all this time to us, so we feel hurt. So she felt hurt with, you know, certain aspects of her coming out. Her family felt hurt by that, you know.
Right.
So I guess it depends on how you and your family have dynamics. Wait,
right.
Am I saying that right? Yeah. You know, it depends on y'all dynamics. You
right.
know, if you feel comfortable telling them certain things and you know your family.
Yeah.
You know what they're going to embrace, what they're not going to embrace, how comfortable they're going to feel, etc. Just do that with your family, your friends, whomever. You know, once you release that, it's like, man, you know, I don't know how everyone else is, but you know, when I hit a good blunt, I'm like, I can run my mouth all day long. Like, sweetie, whoever doesn't fit in or whoever doesn't want to fit in with my life, you know, this is my life. You know, who I lay down with at the end of the night, that's me. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know? But, you know, if they want to take a shot to release, you know, all of those inhibitions, I'm telling someone something, then, hey, it doesn't have to be chemical-based. I'm just saying that's what helps.
Where are we going now? Come back. Come back.
For your friend.
I don't know where he's going right now.
For your friend, you can just ask them how they need them to be there. How they need you to be there.
Yes. Because that tangent he just went on, baby.
But he wasn't done. He wasn't
done. He still had more for you. He had more.
As you can see, I was releasing some stuff.
Yeah.
As soon as he said blunt, I was like, okay.
So hopefully that helped, Harley. Let us know. Okay, so we're reading more. Okay. Exactly how I'm carrying it. Good. Love and light to you, beautiful. Hey, everybody who's entered. I love your positive energy. Y'all rock. Thank you so much, and love you. Kevin, Chris, Steph, everybody who's holding it down on YouTube. We loving y'all. Keep the feedback going. Everyone on Instagram who's clearly coming just to look at everybody and then leaving. When I tell you we have so many people who have been in that chat room on Instagram, but yet none of them stay. Bounce sites. Yes! I'm loving those of you who are on Facebook who are going over to YouTube and coming back. Like, I'm loving this bounce back.
And I want to be able to see everybody.
Right. The great thing is Instagram is usually the one that has the most, is popping the most.
Right.
And now this is the one where no one's on Instagram.
Wait, is it me? Oh, maybe I should stop.
If you don't shut your face.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Because you said usually, I'm like, oh.
Chris said we get YouTube lit. Indeed. Indeed you are. Everyone who's over on Facebook, we appreciate you guys sharing your stories. It definitely means a whole lot. This whole conversation about, you know, healing through laughter. Just a quick FYI, if any of you want to be able to listen to the podcast in full, because we know some of you only see us when we go live. So if you want an opportunity to listen to the podcast, so far 34 episodes of the podcast, all 34 episodes of the podcast, that would be at www.thspodcast.com. That's www.thspodcast.com. You also can walk with us all on so many different platforms.
Listen,
everywhere. On Apple Podcast, on OverCast, on SoundCloud, on Google Play Music. Right. I don't have an Android, so I'm forever forgetting Google Play Music. I apologize.
I'm an Android.
Yes, Google Play.
Android. I'm just saying.
YouTube. Your Android is an actual Android.
Wow. Thank you for letting he let the now see we can hear through laughter. I know that my phone is a piece of shit. Like, all right, cool. Yup. and that's fine. And that's fine.
No, but you want to talk about he's Beyonce? We're gonna upgrade him. How about that? Yes. Because this new and better phone he's going to get.
See,
that phone.
Somebody said, "Oh, don't judge Kai's Android. Don't be my friend." Thank you. I have someone out there supporting me.
Listen, it's Chris, Jow.
Support.
Right.
No matter if it's 1 or 1,000, it's support, and I thank you, and that's fine.
Because he thought about it. He understood.
Yeah.
I'm like, right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't
I don't know what that means.
You don't get on my face.
Yeah.
I can't. Anyway, we need to get back on topic. Okay.
Yes, you better cheese.
Because it's only the three of us.
Right?
The three of us have an inside joke going.
The rest of us are confused. I'm confused with y'all, okay? So I don't know what they're laughing at.
So anyway, okay, healing through laughter. Okay, so personal experiences. Are any of you able to think of any situations where you have had to allow yourself to just laugh at something? It could be something that wasn't too serious. It could be something that was very traumatic that you went through. How has healing through laughter been able to show up in your life? How has laughter healed?
I gotta think of that.
Right, I think the smaller stuff that's not traumatic is a lot easier to laugh at. Like he said, like falling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like falling or being embarrassed in a moment or something like that. I think stuff like that is, we all laugh at ourselves.
Yeah.
It, like you said, it's not that deep, or it's not something that we need to carry with us.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe though the things we do carry with us, I can't think of anything specific right now, but sometimes I might have laughed because of how long I carried it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not necessarily like laughing at what happened, but laughing at like, okay, I held on to that for a lot longer than I needed to.
Right.
Or that held me back from moving on to the next level because I was still like pulling that thing with me.
Right. Absolutely. I'm looking at Instagram right now, just to get off topic real quick. There are so many people who have gone to Instagram. I'm wondering if they're all in there and just there's a glitch. Because I'm like, there are mad people on Instagram right now. And I refuse to believe that like 20 people have stepped up in there and all of them have left. I refuse to believe that. But yeah, that's real. I know a situation for me. I found myself laughing in a relationship. And, I'm not easily angered. But this person, Taurus, had gotten me to a point.
I didn't know what was about to happen.
Where
I was really scared.
I had to clutch my pearls.
I really was like, we might have to pause the live. Like,
wow. Chris said he's over there screaming. It got to a point. Lord knows somebody finally commented on Instagram. Praise God. Yes. Listen. Oh my goodness, we thank you, Jay, because no one's been commenting on Instagram. But yeah, so I was in a relationship with someone who was far angrier than I, and they would goad me into arguing a lot, and I would fight my best, but we would end up getting into debates that would end up becoming heated arguments. And it finally got to a point, and I've shared this with a few of you. It finally got to a point where I became so angry that I snapped. And I blacked out. And I lost my shit. And when it was all said and done, they smiled because that's all they wanted from me, was to be able to get me to that point of anger. Ooh. And they wanted me to be where they were. I'm constantly having these conversations with people where I'm saying, don't allow people to bring you to where they are.
Misery loves company.
Absolutely.
Just keep that in mind.
And so that's when I knew the relationship was over, but I also had to laugh. Because I had to laugh at that because I was like, why? One, you got me. I laughed because I was like, you fought for a long time to get me here, and you finally got me. So I'm laughing because I allowed them to win. Exactly. And then I also laughed because that was the only way I was going to come out of the effect of my ass blacked out. That's the only way I was going to be able to come back to the middle, was by laughing that off. Because my anger, it's very few times in my life where I've reached that level of pure darkness. And when I got to that point, I was like, ooh, the Scorpio they always tell you about is the Scorpio that's about to show up. So I need to go ahead, because the word, the venom that came out of my mouth at them was going to become physical action. And that's not me.
No, I know this man. What, 8 years now? It's been 8 years, and seeing him angry is like, I don't know, seeing the sun close up to you. Like, it just never happens. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so we're gonna.
They would have got the physical.
He said he better throw them hands. Y'all hear that?
Okay, so we're gonna read all the comments. Hey Jay, I've been here handing over my power. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think you meant that the way it came off, but I was like, wait a minute, we're gonna have a conversation. Don't be handing your power over to nobody. Like,
Yeah,
wait a minute. Okay, over on Facebook, y'all talking to LeVay said, Scorpio energy, listen, gotta climb your totems. Don't get me started. You come on, Scorpio to Scorpio, we about to have a conversation. Robin said, Raven, you better testify. I blacked out and saw my spirit left my body and saw me going ape shit on my Taurus. Listen! Won't they do it? Want a Taurus make you completely... Child, don't get me started.
We can't manage Taurus every week.
Listen.
Oh, this happens every week?
We love our Taurus brothers. Okay, man, they're talking over there on YouTube too. So we don't want to miss their comments. All right, everybody, we're going to read some YouTube real quick. Okay, there are times when it's easier for me to laugh than to cry. I've laughed until I cried. Not even sure that makes sense. Healing through transferring energy. No, that completely makes speak a word. Y'all are up in here on this night. Yes. No, that completely made sense, Steph. Chris said, well, YouTube is killing the live game. I'm sorry, IG. Stephanie said, side note, takes a special person to date a Taurus. I keep them lifted in prayer.
That sounds problematic.
Oh, and then a Taurus speaks. It makes sense, Stephanie. I understand what you mean. It's almost like you laughed since you couldn't. And then she said, and thank you, Steph, for keeping us lifted in prayer for real. I appreciate Taurus who understand Taurus. Yes. Scorpio versus Taurus, where's my popcorn? It is a heated love affair. Listen, the sex is phenomenal between Scorpio and Taurus, but yeah, all other levels of communication is going to be very, very difficult.
You see, all the Ravens did like that. Like,
Shakira said, my mom's a Scorpio and my dad is a Taurus. My Jesus. She's a toxic narcissist, though, so I more than understand. My dad and I are the type that operate like Bugs Bunny, though. We don't... I can't listen to a Taurus speak about a Scorpio and a Taurus. Like, I can't. She's a toxic narcissist. Listen, Scorpios are far from perfect. Let's be very clear about that. But I can never hear a Taurus talk about another Taurus. I really can't. But we're getting so far off topic right now. Okay. So Nicole said, I can't even imagine you mad. Listen. Okay. Britney Spears. What? Oh, wow. Good Lord.
Britney Spears.
Jesus. She said she blacked out and she was like Britney Spears with the umbrella, shaving her head and everything.
Wow.
Scorpio gave me everything Taurus just couldn't or wouldn't. Toxic narcissist though. LeVay, listen. This is what I'm saying. Listen, Scorpio are many things. Toxic narcissists though. Like we can be sneaky, we can be manipulative, we can be unbelievably dark, we can be a lot of those things. Narcissists? I don't think we can be narcissists. Well, no sign is across the board one, you know. There are person by person, but Scorpios normally, especially in a relationship, we are, if you're loyal to us, we are amazingly all about you. Yeah, we're all in if we're happy in the relationship. But if we're questioning you, then that becomes a different thing. Kevin said I'm a unicorn. Kevin has always said that I'm a unicorn as a Scorpio. Everybody's like, I act so different from most Scorpios. I received that. Because I couldn't date one of us. At least I've attempted. Wait, and it hasn't been the best.
A Scorpio can't date a Scorpio?
Oh, no, a Scorpio can date a Scorpio.
He just can't date.
I just can't. There are a lot of things with my sign that I can't deal with. My sign tends to be way too emotional for me. Jesus, way too emotional. Jay said, no, I've handed over my power by letting someone get me that angry. Listen, and that's true. That's exactly what we're doing. We're handing over our power when we allow someone to get us there. Speak a word, Jay. That's truth. So we have to be willing to own our power and not give it up, you know? Because and I like the fact that you said that you handed it over because that's truth. It's not a situation where someone can take. We often say that people took things from us. They took this, they took that. No, we gave it to them.
You gave it to me.
Listen.
I feel attacked.
Yeah, you just said here. Here's all of me.
I'm never just saying they got me to that point.
I like that. I like that.
But I guess I let them, or I let whatever they were doing.
Right.
I got myself there.
Shakira said, my son-in-law is Scorpio and it's great. We get along well. There we go. My mom is a rarity. Trust. I believe that. I'm a Sag, born a Taurus mom and Taurus dad. Shit. Raven, you are a unique Scorpio. Getting you so angry you laugh. I always worry if it'll cause someone to snap or cause them to chill out. Listen. I feel like we need to have a conversation about that. A conversation called Getting Me There. Okay, so what did y'all say? We need to do a podcast on signs. Do.
Okay.
Do.
I can see that.
Yeah, yes, and he would be your go-to man.
LeVay, how many glasses of red wine have y'all had?
None. That's no red wine.
This is actually a rare live where we're not drinking.
Exactly.
Usually we're drinking on here.
Well, I
hey, people on Instagram.
I had a little earlier. Yeah. So somebody did point that out. Okay.
Yeah.
This is water.
I had that good old thing called Svedka. Okay. and she was cute. She was right.
Yes, Jay said exactly. People with power don't argue. When you understand the power that you have, when you understand it and don't allow. I love that everyone. I think I can only see my hand.
You made that sound like X-Men.
When you truly understand your power, and when you're constantly existing in it, when you're aware of it, we have moments where we forget that we hold the power, and that's when we just freely give it up. But if we're constantly walking in an understanding of, no, this is my joy, So that's why I always preach to people the importance of peace of mind. Because if you understand the importance of your peace of mind and know that you give that to no one, when you get to a point where you understand that someone's attempting to take it, and you know that it can only be released if you give it, then it means it's time to bounce, Because the one thing I won't lose is my peace of mind. You can get me to a lot of places, but you will never get me to give up my peace of mind. Once we get there, it's time to go, which is the reason why I bounced from said relationship, because I was this close to losing my peace of mind. The blackout, I hadn't lost it yet, surprisingly.
Okay.
But I was going to say, was that the segue?
But I was getting close, So when it gets to a point where you know that your peace of mind can leave, and I have to say this to everybody across the board. Anyway, if you're watching on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, your peace of mind is the most important thing you have. No one in this world should even come close to taking it from you. When they get to that point, bounce. Yes. No one on this earth is more important than your peace of mind. No one.
Stephanie said, message.
Okay. You better preach.
You spelled it right.
Nicole said, come on.
He is talking to us right now.
Took me to get to 41 to understand that. Okay. And implementing this year at 42. Listen, and that's another important thing for us to understand. We can't allow people to use ageism on us, It's like when it comes to situations like this, knowing yourself, and because this is mental health awareness, it's okay that we're not really focused on laughter right now. We can transition and just talk about mental health because we're talking about it all month long. That's important to understand. We can't let people put those limits on us. You should have been at this point with your wellness by now. You should have been at this point with your wellness by now. That's you. Your journey doesn't look like my journey. You feel me? Follow your path. I'm following mine. You don't get to speak to me and tell me that at 40 years old, my healing should be here. You don't know what I've been through.
Hello?
You also don't understand how it showed up for me and now how I have to operate in it. So you don't get to tell me where I need to be. Your life wasn't mine. Right. Even if you feel as though you mirror my pain, your life wasn't mine.
We ain't walked a mile in my shoes, boo. Just saying.
Okay, so Jay said, ooh, that can go deep. Talk about how we give up our peace of mind away in so many other situations. Jobs, family, trying to be accepted. Speak.
Yes, I like that.
Speak.
Yeah.
Speak. We have so many instances where we can give up our peace of mind, really. And everything that you just said, it's a fight in all of those situations. Mm-hmm. But one of the things we also have to understand is that there are a lot of people who aren't operating out of blind malice. There aren't people who are coming at you like, I'm just going to be negative as hell. No, a lot of the attacks that we receive from people, be it family, be it work, be it, what else did you say? Jobs, family, trying to be accepted. In all of those instances, when people are coming at us, they're coming at us out of their own pain, These are people who are operating out of their own insecure spaces. So that's the reason why they're attacking us. They're attacking us because of what it is that they're not working on. And that is a large majority of what we're dealing with in day-to-day life, is that we're encountering people who are refusing the healing. And that kind of circles back around to the whole thing with laughter. People are laughing off a lot of things that they don't want to face. Because if you have to face what it is that's in front of you, it means you have to go deep into who you are. And when you go deep into who you are, the door is closed and the work begins. Shit. And people don't want to do the work because it's going to take a lot out of you. You know, it's going to hurt. It's going to be scary. And it's going to be ugly. People don't understand the beauty of what's on the other side of that. You know, the beauty, the light is a little too far away. The darkness is comforting. So when they're operating in that, they're attacking other people. Because the thing is, I'm putting out to you what it is that I'm feeling. You know, if I did the work and if I went inside, I would see the love. I would understand what it is that I feel for myself. And in that way, when I do that work, it could then come outward. But I can't give you what's on the inside because I refuse to go inside. So all I can give is what's here. And what's here is pain. What's here is a lot of trauma, a lot of triggering situations. All of these memories, all this pain that I go through that lies on the surface. And that's what I'm going to give to you because that's all I can give to you. So instead of us getting to points where we're constantly angry at people for attempting to take our peace of mind, we have to pray for them. You know, we have to do our best to send them love and light because these are people who are simply operating out of a space that all of us have been in at some point. It's just that not everybody can get out of it. You feel me?
I wish you could have been back in the 60s, back when MLK gave his speeches. Okay, you could have been standing right next to this man like, no. Say this right here. Say this, MLK. Matter of fact, add that into that. And like, I feel like Ayanna and Oprah are just going to teleport themselves right here, right now. That's how powerful this message is. Like, damn. That just went through my spine just now. Like, that felt so good to hear that. Like, I pray, I hope to God so many people watching this because, yeah, the more...
They're all enjoying this. Like, everybody. It's like, fix my life. Like, people running around with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, like Stephanie said, ushers come and pass collection plate. Yeah. Hello. Pay tithes to that.
Looks around for a person getting the Holy Spirit in the aisle. I can't. Okay. First of all, hey, Rod. I see Rod's up in here. Okay, we're going to go back and read some of the messages. Okay. Saw these. Go all the way off. Nicole said, right. I got pavers on my path and you got mulch on yours. Wait a minute now. Let me get mine since you get yours. Hell, worry about yourself. You better speak. And you got to be wise enough to discern who is really on a path and who is bullshitting because people claim woke.
Listen.
Woo!
Listen.
Woo! Woo! Jesus. People claim woke and spirit-filled, and they are really not. They rotten.
And they're not even on the path to get there. Or the folks who claim that they've gotten there won't allow you the space and opportunity to get where they've gotten because they act like they were always there.
Speak!
They forget it was a journey.
You know what? Calm down. This has turned into...
Woo, boy. Listen. Yes, Stephanie says, say that, Brandon.
Yes,
Listen.
Yes. This is Sunday's best on a Thursday. Y'all better, everybody will hear this.
Listen. When I tell you the word, Brandon been showing off. I'm going to let y'all know now. For those of y'all who are watching, I got to get up.
Yeah, Lord.
Listen, for those of y'all who are watching, y'all know that a lot of times we record kind of ahead of time. We recorded because next week's episode is going to be called Healing Through Body Positivity. So just FYI, next week is Healing Through Body Positivity. When I tell y'all Brandon brought it for that ass, listen, we recorded earlier and this had to be one of the best conversations we've ever had together. Like that thing flowed.
I gotta hear this one.
He spoke a word. Wait till y'all hear this next Tuesday. Good Lord, Brandon. Anyway, okay, so I got to come back down here to read more comments. Kevin said I felt that at my Shondo. Okay, so they're talking on Facebook. We all need to go out. Let's do a brunch. Yes! Come on for all of us down here in Atlanta. Let's make that happen. A healing brunch.
Come on down.
Okay, so FYI, Nicole, real quick. I used to do something in Baltimore called the Circle of Light, which is that it was closed off. It was invite only. I would invite certain light workers or people who exist in light. You didn't have to be a light worker, but somebody who exists in light. So ain't no caddy, ain't no petty, ain't no gossip, ain't none of that kind of stuff. We would get everyone to come together for a conversation of healing, to motivate each other. If we all owned our own businesses, ways to be able to help each other out, to think of ideas, ways to think of how we can support one another, that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking maybe I need to bring that to Atlanta as well. So that would be cool. Rod said, people are afraid to see what's in the mirror, and accountability for their own behavior is not only a manifestation of our spirits, but what we learn religiously. Listen, that's a whole episode right there. What we learn religiously. Listen. You might have to come back on, Rod. You know, because you and I are famous for shaking the table together. So you might have to come back on there for that.
Y'all ruffled some feathers.
Listen. Nicole said Brandon has been showing off because he's been singing and everything and doing the. That's when you know somebody listens to the podcast. You know somebody listens to the podcast and know what Brandon and that singing. Listen. He got a word for you at all times.
I can't. I cannot sing.
Wait a minute, is that AJ?
I don't know.
That caught me off guard. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? Getting surprised by some people stepping up in here. Okay, over on YouTube, what are you guys saying? Oh shit, I'm excited. Y'all will not do the healing brunch without me. Okay, well, you know I'm gonna. Well, wait, most people don't know I'm gonna be in Baltimore. I was keeping that kind of to myself. But
Well, anymore.
I guess I said it now.
Thank you. You have to say when.
I miss you, AJ. Lord, it's been forever. Good God. Yeah, I don't have to. Brandon said I don't have to say when. Right. The only reason why I wasn't sharing it is because I'm not going to have time to see everybody, so I don't want anybody to feel any kind of way because I haven't seen them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will be up there. So maybe we can do a healing brunch for Atlanta and a healing brunch for Baltimore.
Yes.
I think that would be awesome.
Yeah,
That would be really, really cool.
That'd be very nice.
I don't know if any of my New York family is on here, but I'm going to be up there too. I'm in DC right now doing a healing through cannabis event for the LGBTQ. Listen, you said a whole lot in that one. That's a whole lot. I'm in DC doing healing through cannabis for LGBTQ people. That's a word all in itself.
Yes, that's a lot.
By the time I come up there, you're probably going to be back in DC. Back in New York. But I'm coming up to New York, Rod. And even though most people probably would assume we've met before, we still have not in all these years. So when I come to New York, we're meeting. I don't care what your ass doing.
Kevin said y'all gonna be up there this summer. I'm sorry, y'all road tripping.
Raven will be back and be more this summer because we road tripping up there again. You better let them know. You better tell them. I love that Chris said healing through cannabis. Chris, are you in DC with Rod? You need to be there doing your thing. Shucks. Okay, so we have a little bit of time left. It's 7:58. You know we usually go a little bit over 8 o'clock. The goal is 8 o'clock. We'll probably go over maybe another 10 minutes. But yeah, so anything else we want to touch on as far as healing through laughter? I know I told the story. I told a story. You told a story. Have you had any situation where laughter?
I'll probably have to say there's one that stands out. When I was younger, I got jumped as a kid. You know, for me being a little pretty boy on the block and all this other stuff. You know, they assume like, oh, he's a little pretty little something. You know, so let's just go ahead and bang on him like he's a little punch toy. You know. It was one day I got really, really tired of it. You know, I got tired of walking the other way to go to the store. You know, I was like, what, 6, 7 at the time?
Oh, well, Lord, I wish you were older than that.
No. But yeah, you would think so. But yeah, I grew up in the hood, you know, and I'm pretty sure anybody that has grown up in the hood, they can probably attest for me on this. When, you know, you got to stand your ground, you know, physically. It sucks to say that, but, you know, that's how the hood is. You know, if you don't know how to throw them hands, people are just going to continue to mess with you. And that's how I learned how to fight and defend myself, was to, you know, endure all of that build up. And I was just like, you know what? No, just like what you said, you know, when you, give somebody the power, you know, it's just like they won, you know, and I hated being defeated. You know what I mean? Like in many aspects of the word, so I had to grow some, and I had to stand my ground.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't able to laugh at it, just like what you were touching base on, Brandon, earlier, when you were saying it, the smaller it is, usually you can laugh at it sooner.
Mm-hmm.
It took me years to become comfortable with, not even just my sexuality, but just who I was as an individual. Yes, I was very shy. I was an introvert. And I didn't gain that respect until I was older. But I had to walk with confidence, and me being able to laugh at all of this. I went through a lot as a child. But me being able to laugh at it finally, it was maybe like a good 10, 12 years after that. It was a long stretch or a long period of time that that lapsed, and then I was just like, you know what? I feel like, damn, like every time I would look back at it, I would laugh like, damn, I got my ass whipped. But I was like, you know what? I am this man now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm good now. You know what I mean? And yeah, so I healed myself through being able to laugh at it, being able to look back at it and be like, I got over that hump.
Right.
So
right.
It takes that sometimes, no matter if it's 10 days or 10 years.
Come on.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So you were able to get yourself to a point where you no longer looked back at it and it brought you down. It crushed you.
It was no longer problematic.
Exactly.
Yes.
It was now an experience.
Yes, and my spirit, my well-being was fine. It was at peace because I made peace with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So laughing heals.
Listen,
it really does.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Many instances.
So before we go, for those, Nicole said I love him. Okay, so before we go, some things we want to talk about. When Chris said, "I'm moving furniture and rearranging body parts," I'm crazy.
Oh, okay. I get the furniture part. Is that
No, that's an old term. I know exactly.
Right,
like, moving furniture means you whipping their ass. Like, it's some furniture moving around this motherfucker. Like, yeah. Bernie Mac said it best, but yes, we all know. Yup.
Okay. So for those of you who are still on, Instagram, y'all can't see me. For those of you on Facebook, you can't see Brandon. If all of you want to see the full live episode and see all three of us, once this is done, you can head over to YouTube and watch the full episode where you can see all three of us.
Oh, you know what they need to come out with? Now that we mentioned this, y'all know that Curve TV. They need to make phones the same goddamn way. Now somebody gonna make money off this. Now I swear I'm gonna tell you, if you make that Curve phone like that, this shit will be, man, it's gonna hit the market. It's gonna be like, damn, like, yeah, I can see all of y'all motherfuckers now. It's gonna be like a boomerang. You hear me? Boom.
Exactly. Tell him, Shakira. She said, keep that. Make your own money from it.
Well, there you go.
Okay. So Robin said.
But wait, where are they gonna head over to on YouTube?
Oh, on YouTube. Thank you. On YouTube, go to my page, which is Raven Ekundayo. That's EKUNDAYO. That way you can watch the whole episode. You can see all three of us. So you're not like, I hear other person talking, but where are they? On YouTube, you can see all of us. Okay, so Robin said, I just wanted to say I was literally going through some life shit, and y'all kept my spirits up and things turned around. Won't he do it? Yes. Nicole said, I need a damn healing and oil. Robin said, I went from deflated to hopeful. Thank you guys and the universe. I love you, Robin. Oh, this is why we do this. And I mean, like, seriously, this is why we do this.
I'm sorry to interrupt you for a second. Can you go back to Nicole? She said he.
Where?
He needed damn healing and oil.
Yeah.
Who? I don't know. Me? I'm not doing it. I probably.
Child, anyway, Robin, yes. He focusing.
I'm so sorry. I was just trying to read everybody this. I'm sorry.
She letting you know how much you didn't help her tonight.
I'm sorry.
What happened? You were able to be healed and get some.
Yes. I have a brain for it.
Oh, Nicole said she was talking about the person that was moving the furniture. Talk about Chris over on YouTube.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so for those of you this week, our episode, and this is we're about to begin to close out. So for those of you who listened to this past week's episode, Healing Through Laughter, and for those of you who listened to last week's episode, Healing Through the no, because it wasn't the whole month is healing through Jesus. Oh no, let me go look. Healing through the sunken place.
Listen,
Jesus. How both hosts forget. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. Oh, how the both of us forget. Jesus. Anyway, yes. Healing through laughter and healing through the sunken place. Thank you guys so much for the feedback. And we mean that. Like, the feedback has been so real for the past 2 episodes. I told Brandon, I was like, I don't know what we're doing with the month of mental health awareness, but we got to keep this going because you all are interacting on a whole new level. Like, people have been doing IG stories about our episodes. People have been tagging us on posts. They've been putting us in pictures on Instagram. They've been talking about us on Facebook. Thank you. Like, it really, really means a lot. And we can't stress this enough. The more you guys promote us and put it up for, the more you subscribing is the most important. The more you subscribe, the more you like, the more you comment, the more you share, and the more people find out about us and our healing, the more attention we get. And the more attention we get, it helps out what it is that we want to do. So I wanted, on behalf of Brandon, for those of you who are on Facebook, I'll turn the cam so you can see him. We want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody over there on, hey ADJ, hey Larry. Thank you all so much. Like, it really, really means a lot. All of the support that you guys are giving the healing space. This was something, again, that started as, it was a physical event that I would host up in Baltimore and DC, and ended up becoming a podcast. And just the love that you all give to us really, really means a whole lot. So please keep that love going, and we'll continue to do the same for you. When it gets to June, I can't wait to announce what the Misfit of the Month is, because y'all been showing out. I can't wait.
Special month anyway. Yeah.
Oh boy, yes.
June
is his birthday month. Yes. Chantrice said, love, light, and great abundance to you all. Back to you, Chantrice. Definitely talk about this on Facebook. Thank you, Robin. We love you so much. Stephanie Hug Shakira. That's what we talk about, community up in here. Yes. Chris said, I do though. I heal more every time I hear the podcast. God isn't done with me yet. Speak. Okay, y'all, this is what we talk about. We up in here preaching the word, but y'all been doing the same thing tonight. Okay. Like, y'all have been preaching for real. And no, King, he is certainly not. Keep shining and growing. Yes. Y'all better talk to each other. I'm sorry. that just excited me. Okay, so we're going to go, everybody. Once again, if you want to see the full episode where you can see all 3 of us together, head over to YouTube. And my channel is Raven Ekundayo. That's Ekundayo. For those of you who are on YouTube who are like, why does it keep doing his neck like this? Because I'm looking at the different phones with Facebook and Instagram. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and sign off now. Again, you can find us at thspodcast.com. That's thspodcast.com. Also, streaming everywhere. I'm not going to say all those names for a second. We're streaming everywhere, so find us all over the place. We love you guys. Please continue to support, and we want to support you guys as well. So yeah, we're going to go now and make sure that you share this with everybody you know and get that healing on. We love you. Thank you so much to Caiya for joining us.
Yes. Thank you guys for having me. This was amazing.
Yeah, this is a great conversation. And until next time, we love you all. Hey, Darak, we love you all, and namaste. Yeah. You want to know the goodness of God?
It cut off right when you were done.
Oh, y'all still watching. I'm sorry. I haven't stopped yet with y'all. Yeah, that's gonna be the special thing about YouTube. YouTube gonna get the after show, right? Because I'm still doing the shutting off of everything. Yes. It literally, for those of you who are still on here on YouTube, it actually, my phone died. Like, literally, as soon as it got to the very end, it died. Show, yes. I'm like, listen, the universe knew.
That was Ayana.
I don't know if that means it's gonna save it to Instagram or not. But it's saved to Facebook and it's saved to YouTube. Okay. So we're gonna go, guys. Ain't that God? Listen.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna end this right now, and definitely you guys, y'all represented on YouTube. Y'all are the YouTube team now. I love y'all so much. Like, thank you. We love y'all. All right, see ya. End your stream.